Ladies and gentlemen of the United Kingdom, my name is Andrew Tate. I'm the leader of the Bruv Party, Britain Restoring Underlying Values, and I'm here to introduce myself to you as the only hope and chance for the once great Britain to repair itself from the eternal decline we are unfortunately being subjected to.
What if I told you that Andrew Tate, the controversial figure known for dominating headlines, is now gunning to become the UK Prime Minister? And guess who's in his corner? Elon Musk. Yes, you heard that right. Tate and Musk, two of the most polarizing names on the internet, are now being linked in a political story that's shaking up the UK and beyond.
I will be the next UK Prime Minister. I guarantee.
In this video, we're diving straight into the chaos. Andrew Tate has announced his bid to lead the UK under the banner of his newly formed Bruv Party, promising to restore what he calls British greatness. But it's not just his ambitions that are raising eyebrows, it's the firestorm of reactions across social media, the bold claims in his manifesto, and the surprising endorsement from Elon Musk that's turning this into one of the most talked about stories of the year. Here's the big question. Is this the start of a genuine political movement, or is Andrew Tate just pulling off the most outrageous PR stunt of the decade? The internet is split, with some calling him the disruptor the UK needs, and others dismissing him as a provocateur chasing headlines. Stick with us as we unpack everything, from Tate's dramatic announcement to Musk's involvement and the ripple effects shaking the political landscape. And we want to hear from you. Do you think Tate is serious about this? Or is this just another play to dominate the spotlight? Andrew Tate's political ambitions broke the internet when he took to social media to make a bold declaration. The UK is falling apart, and it's time someone with a spine takes the reins. Known for his unapologetic and provocative style, Tate announced his bid to become the UK Prime Minister under the banner of his newly formed Bruv Party, promising to restore what he calls British greatness. The news spread like wildfire, generating an avalanche of reactions that ranged from outright disbelief to fervent support. The Bruv Party is Tate's answer to what he claims is a broken political system. According to his statements, the party's mission is simple yet ambitious: to rebuild the UK from the ground up. The cornerstone of his campaign is his promise to address rampant knife crime, secure borders, and rejuvenate the economy with policies he describes as a hard reset. Tate's vision for the UK includes an uncompromising stance on cultural preservation and a zero-tolerance policy for political corruption. As expected, the announcement ignited a firestorm of reactions across social media. Supporters praised Tate as a disruptor willing to challenge the status quo, hailing him as a necessary evil to fix the nation's deep-rooted problems. Memes, hashtags, and viral tweets like "Finally, someone who says it like it is" flooded platforms. On the other side, critics were quick to denounce him, branding the move as egotistical and dismissing his bid as a desperate attempt to stay relevant. The polarizing figure has once again divided public opinion, with some viewing him as a champion of change and others as an opportunistic narcissist. The debate is raging. Does Andrew Tate have what it takes to lead a nation? Or is this just another move to dominate the headlines? Who is Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate is no stranger to controversy. A former kickboxing champion turned social media influencer, he built his fame on unapologetic confidence, divisive opinions, and an unrelenting pursuit of success. Tate, who refers to himself as an alpha male, first gained attention in the sports world, winning multiple world titles in kickboxing. However, it was his transition to online fame that made him a household name. Through his bold statements and self-help advice targeting young men, Tate became a figure both admired and reviled, depending on which side of the internet you're on. Tate's online persona has always been polarizing. Supporters praise him as a motivational force who challenges conventional narratives, while critics accuse him of promoting toxic masculinity and spreading harmful ideologies. His rise in popularity has been accompanied by several controversies, including bans from major social media platforms for his statements. Still, Tate's ability to stir conversations and dominate headlines remains unparalleled, a skill he has now carried into his political campaign. Adding fuel to his controversial image are Tate's legal troubles. In 2022, Tate was arrested in Romania under charges of human trafficking and organized crime, allegations he vehemently denies to this day. He has repeatedly claimed that these charges were orchestrated by hidden elites to silence him, branding himself a victim of political persecution. Despite spending significant time under investigation and being placed under house arrest, he insists that he has been exonerated by the courts, pointing to a broader conspiracy aimed at suppressing his influence. Tate's foray into politics positions him as a Trump-like figure, an outsider unafraid to call out what he perceives as corruption within the system. Like Donald Trump in 2016, Tate has a knack for dominating media cycles, using controversy as his currency. By leveraging his fame and cultivating a loyal following, he has framed himself as a disruptor who speaks for the disillusioned masses. Whether it's his accusations against the hidden elites or his promises to restore British greatness, Tate's rhetoric strikes a chord with those dissatisfied with traditional political figures. However, his polarizing nature makes his political ambitions a double-edged sword. For every supporter who sees him as a hero willing to stand up against the establishment, there's a critic who views him as a provocateur chasing clout. While his controversial past may galvanize his base, it also raises questions about his credibility and ability to govern. Elon Musk's role in Tate's campaign. One of the most unexpected twists in Andrew Tate's bid for UK Prime Minister is the involvement of Elon Musk. Known for his enigmatic tweets and influence across industries, Musk has subtly thrown his weight behind Tate's campaign. Through a series of tweets and public comments, Musk has painted Tate as a disruptor, a figure necessary to challenge entrenched political norms. While Musk has stopped short of an outright endorsement, his statements such as "the old guard needs shaking up" and "sometimes chaos is the best catalyst for change" have led many to interpret his words as support for Tate's mission. But why would Musk, a tech mogul with no direct ties to UK politics, align himself with someone as polarizing as Andrew Tate? One explanation could be their shared disdain for political elites. Musk has often criticized governments and regulatory bodies, accusing them of stifling innovation and prioritizing bureaucracy over progress. Similarly, Tate's campaign centers on his accusations against the political establishment, which he claims is corrupt and deliberately failing the British public. Their common messaging resonates with those who feel disillusioned by traditional power structures. Another possibility is Musk's penchant for pushing boundaries and supporting unconventional leaders. From his support for cryptocurrencies to his acquisition of Twitter, Musk thrives on disrupting the status quo. Backing someone like Tate aligns with Musk's tendency to champion outsiders who challenge traditional systems, even if they come with significant controversy. Tate, like Musk, has built his brand on being an unapologetic maverick. Musk's involvement is significant because of his track record in swaying public opinion. With millions of followers and a reputation as a thought leader, Musk's words carry weight. His ability to shift narratives, whether about technology, finance, or even politics, has been proven time and again. However, his support for Tate is a double-edged sword. While it may lend credibility to Tate's campaign among Musk's followers, it also amplifies the controversy surrounding an already divisive figure. So what's your take? Does Musk's involvement add legitimacy to Tate's campaign, or does it introduce even more chaos to an already polarizing story? The Manifesto Breakdown. Andrew Tate's manifesto for his bid to become UK Prime Minister is as bold and controversial as the man himself. Under the banner of his Brove Party, Tate has laid out a series of promises aimed at addressing what he sees as the UK's most pressing issues. Whether these ideas are revolutionary or simply impossible is a question that has sparked fierce debate. One of Tate's key pledges is to tackle the knife crime epidemic. He proposes introducing aggressive stop-and-search policies, a strategy he claims will make the streets safer. While supporters argue that such measures are necessary to curb rising violence, critics warn that they could lead to racial profiling and increase tensions between communities and law enforcement. Another major promise is securing the UK's borders. Tate has vowed to implement stricter immigration policies, claiming he will put an end to what he describes as a cultural invasion. This rhetoric has resonated with some who feel that the UK's identity is under threat, but others have labelled it as xenophobic and divisive. On the economic front, Tate is pushing for a hard reset on welfare and tax systems. He argues that current policies breed dependency and inefficiency, promising reforms that will reward hard work and eliminate waste. While his supporters view these proposals as a long overdue overhaul, skeptics question whether such sweeping changes are feasible, especially in a country with deeply entrenched systems and political resistance. Among his most polarizing proposals is his promise to deport anyone who doesn't love Britain. Tate has framed this as a matter of national pride, but it has drawn significant backlash, with critics calling it authoritarian and discriminatory. The big question remains, are these promises realistic in the UK's political climate? Implementing such radical changes would require overcoming significant legal, social, and political hurdles. What do you think? Is Tate's manifesto a bold and necessary plan to fix the UK, or is it just another set of impossible promises? Public and political reaction. Andrew Tate's announcement to run for UK Prime Minister has ignited a storm of reactions across social media and the political landscape. Trending hashtags like Tate for PRM and Brove Party have dominated Twitter, sparking heated debates and a flood of memes. Some users are calling him a necessary disruptor, while others mock his campaign as a publicity stunt. Memes of Tate as the alpha leader and satirical edits of him in Parliament have gone viral, showcasing the internet's divided but engaged response. Mainstream media outlets have been quick to weigh in, with many offering a mix of ridicule and cautious analysis. Headlines range from Andrew Tate's audacious bid for power to the rise of populism, Tate's campaign explained. Some political analysts are treating the campaign as a reflection of growing disillusionment with traditional politics, while others dismiss it outright as entertainment. Reactions from UK politicians have been equally polarised. Traditional parties, including Labour and the Conservatives, have largely dismissed Tate as unserious. However, fringe groups and independent MPs have shown cautious optimism, suggesting his candidacy could push much-needed conversations about reform into the mainstream. Is this campaign a genuine sign of changing times, or will it fade as quickly as it started? Andrew Tate's bid for UK Prime Minister draws inevitable comparisons to Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. Both men position themselves as outsiders, claiming to represent the interests of the disillusioned majority against an out-of-touch elite. Like Trump, Tate has mastered media dominance, using controversy as his currency to keep his name in the headlines. His fiery rhetoric, bold promises, and ability to polarize audiences mirror the tactics that helped Trump capture the White House. However, Tate faces unique challenges that set him apart. Trump launched his campaign with the backing of a major political party, while Tate is relying on his newly formed Brove Party, which lacks the infrastructure and resources of established parties. Furthermore, Tate's controversial past, including legal troubles and inflammatory statements, could alienate a wider portion of the electorate. In a UK political climate less tolerant of polarizing figures, Tate's approach may face more resistance than Trump encountered in the US. To succeed, Tate could take a page from Trump's playbook by leaning into grassroots support and amplifying his message through alternative media channels. Building a strong narrative around his outsider status and framing himself as the only candidate willing to challenge the establishment could resonate with voters who feel left behind by traditional politics. However, Tate must also navigate the UK's more rigid political and cultural norms, crafting a message that appeals to both his core base and the broader electorate. Can Tate adapt Trump's strategies to the UK landscape? Only time will tell. The bigger picture. Andrew Tate's campaign is part of a broader trend of influencers venturing into politics, blurring the lines between entertainment and governance. From Kanye West's bid for the US presidency to Tate's Brove Party, the rise of public figures outside traditional political circles signals a shift in how leadership is perceived. These influencers leverage their massive followings and media savvy to bypass conventional political pathways, positioning themselves as disruptors capable of challenging the establishment. Tate's campaign highlights a growing cultural shift, the erosion of trust in traditional politicians. Increasingly, people view career politicians as disconnected from the struggles of everyday citizens. Figures like Tate exploit this dissatisfaction, presenting themselves as relatable alternatives who understand the frustrations of the average voter. By framing his campaign as a fight against corruption and incompetence, Tate appeals to a segment of society that feels neglected by the current system. Social media plays a pivotal role in this new political landscape. Platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube allow influencers to communicate directly with their audiences, bypassing traditional media filters. Viral hashtags, memes, and live streams create momentum that traditional campaigns often struggle to replicate. Tate, for example, has used these platforms to share his manifesto, respond to critics, and rally his supporters, amplifying his message far beyond what traditional media coverage could achieve. However, this shift raises questions about the long-term implications of influencer-driven politics. Are these figures equipped to handle the complexities of governance, or are they simply capitalizing on their fame for attention? Critics argue that charisma and online popularity aren't substitutes for experience and expertise, while supporters see this trend as a necessary evolution in a system that has failed to inspire trust. So, are we entering an era where influencers replace traditional politicians, or is this a passing trend fueled by dissatisfaction? Andrew Tate's campaign is just beginning, and the path forward promises to be as unpredictable as the man himself. If his track record is any indication, Tate is likely to continue leveraging his knack for theatrics to keep his name in the spotlight. From engaging in fiery debates to orchestrating bold stunts, he will aim to capture public attention and solidify his position as a disruptor in UK politics. Social media will remain his primary weapon, with viral content driving his narrative and rallying his supporters. As for potential outcomes, the stakes are high. If Tate's campaign gains traction, it could signal a seismic shift in UK politics, opening the door for more unconventional candidates to challenge the establishment. A strong showing, even without winning, could position him as a cultural force capable of shaping national conversations on issues like crime, immigration, and governance. On the flip side, a failed campaign could damage his credibility, reducing his influence both politically and as an online personality. For Elon Musk, supporting Tate could either enhance his reputation as a champion of outsiders or invite criticism for aligning with a polarizing figure. For UK politics, this campaign, successful or not, will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact, forcing traditional parties to address rising dissatisfaction. What do you think? Is Tate poised to reshape UK politics, or is this campaign destined to fade into history? Andrew Tate's bid to become the UK Prime Minister has certainly sparked a firestorm of debate. From his bold ambitions and polarizing manifesto to Elon Musk's surprising involvement, this campaign is anything but ordinary. Whether you see Tate as a disruptor ready to shake up the system or a provocateur chasing the spotlight, one thing is clear: he has everyone talking. We've covered his controversial promises, the internet's divided reactions, and the bigger picture of influencers stepping into politics. Tate's campaign raises important questions about the future of leadership, the role of social media in modern politics, and the growing distrust in traditional systems. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Can Andrew Tate become the UK Prime Minister, or is this campaign just another headline-grabbing stunt? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and share it with your friends to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.